Alright guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 amazing tips you need to know if you're first getting into credit cards. These tips will save you money, it'll give you a better blueprint of what you guys want to do in the long-term run, and these are some mistakes that I made that I wish I didn't. Now before I get started with this video, we finally got a sponsor! Yeah! Your boy's doing big things now, so we finally got a sponsor. I mentioned Credit Sesame in one of my last videos. I think this is a great app that you guys should consider downloading. Check it out. And they actually reached out to me saying, let's do a sponsorship deal. Just mention to your followers who we are, what we do. This is a credit checking platform and they focus on 4 neat little things. They focus on something called personal credit management. They give you free access to your credit score. They allow you to understand your credit and know exactly what's affecting it. They allow you to leverage your credit. They'll give you personalized and easy credit reports on what cards you guys should get, and on top of that they actually protect your credit, and on top of that they give you free credit monitoring, so they help you protect your credit score. So if anything happens, if there's a hard pull, you'll normally get a notification. Now Credit Sesame was kind enough, like I said, to sponsor this video. They do a good job and they're right under Credit Karma, so I think it's good that they're trying to work out with influencers right here. I will give you guys an incentive right here. I told them, look, we need to offer something to the audience. One of you guys, one of my lucky subscribers, will actually win a MacBook Air. If you guys want to qualify for the MacBook Air, you don't have to pay anything, you don't have to drop a comment. All you guys have to do is sign up with Credit Sesame and it'll actually enter you for that MacBook Air giveaway. If you guys are interested in trying to get a new MacBook, and based on your chances of people who watch this video and the likelihood of someone clicking the link is pretty low, I think you guys have a good shot of winning this, especially if you're someone who's already lucky. But that is Credit Sesame, guys. Make sure you guys check them out in the description. I will have it listed down below. Now let's get straight into the video on top 5 things you guys need to know basically on how to save a ton of money with credit cards. Now the number 1 tip I'm going to mention to you guys, and it sounds like a no-brainer, but it's actually joining a credit card forum. It doesn't have to be our Facebook group. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. But there are other resources. My favorite ones is personally our Facebook group. Second, it's going to be the My FICO forum. And then third, it's going to be on Reddit. So Reddit has a credit cards group. They have a personal finance group. So those are some credit card groups you guys want to look into. And the reason is because you're surrounding yourself in a community where you can ask yourself questions and you can absorb information very easily. Instead of reading articles and learning the conventional way by reading all the fine print, you can find out the most important details that people ask commonly too, just by being in this group. So if you're trying to be passionate, if you're trying to be an expert in anything, one of the first things I always do, regardless of the niche or market, is I join a group. I join a community. I do a lot of work with Facebook, and Facebook's actually prioritizing that type of movement as well too. They're putting a lot of emphasis into community and groups because that's where a lot of the real engagements are. If you're surrounded by people that are like-minded, whatever you're doing, say you're a plumber, you want to be with other plumbers, say you're a huge fisherman, you want to be in a fisherman's group around that area, or you are a nature enthusiast, or you have a certain car you like, you want to surround yourself with that community. It builds it up overall, and it's just amazing being in it because you learn a lot and you actually get entertained pretty well too. So that's what I recommend to start off with. Okay, number 2 tip is going to be don't open a card without a minimum spend plan. Now, if you guys don't know what minimum spend is, that is another word for sign-up bonus, that is another word for welcome bonus. But basically, if you are opening a card, most of the time they offer you an incentive. If you spend X amount, you get an X amount of cash back or X amount of points. Just as an easy example, you guys, I'll use the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now their welcome bonus always changes, it always fluctuates, but right now you could sign up and you can get a $60,000 point sign up if you spend $4,000 in 3 months. So in those 3 months, you need to strategize how you're going to hit those $4,000. Now I made a ton of videos on this channel on how you guys can hit those minimum spend bonuses pretty creatively. So I'll have that linked right there and you guys can check out that video, but that's something you guys want to do. I know some people who sign up for these credit cards and they often neglect that. If you get that credit card, do not use any of your other credit cards unless they're like $1 or $2 purchases or subscription purchases. Hit that minimum spend, know you can hit that welcome bonus, and know you can receive it. If you're going to get a credit card, you're going to get a vast majority of your points from that welcome bonus package. You do not want to miss out on it, you guys, because 60,000 points is worth a lot. But if you're not going to get that welcome bonus in the beginning, it's just really foolish to get credit cards. Whether you have to give your card to a spouse or a family member, find creative ways to do that. I made a whole video on it that'll actually get you guys to think about how you guys can do that. But if you're gonna get a credit card, make sure you guys do that because a lot of people often neglect that, and it really hurts me because that's a lot of points and that's a lot of freaking money right there you're leaving out on the table. Now, number 3, you guys, don't spend what you can't afford. This happens so much, and if you do this, I'll share with you guys an alternative towards the end of this point. But you don't want to spend money you don't have. If you have $500 in your bank account, please do not take your credit card and spend $2,000 on it and get around 20% interest on paying that back. There are exceptions. If you guys get something called a business credit card, which is a personal credit card on steroids, if you do that, it will not affect your personal credit score. And some of these business credit cards even offer you a 12 to 15 month no APR promotion. I have a whole playlist on my channel dedicated on business credit cards. Wow. That's the only time I would say maybe that's okay. But as someone who is in the credit card community and as a credit card influencer now, I do not recommend you guys to spend money on your credit card that you don't have. This just negates the benefits you guys get. And I know circumstances happen. This is why I recommend business credit cards as an alternative. If you guys have no idea about business credit cards, or you're afraid to get a business credit card because you don't have a business and you think you'll get denied, that is a common misconception a lot of people have. A lot of people actually get accepted to business credit cards. The credit card issuers and companies want to give them out to more people, and I see a lot of people getting accepted for them right now. If you guys want to learn exactly how you can do that, I have a blog listed down below in the description on literally step by step what you guys need to do for business credit cards. If you still have questions after that, send me a DM on Instagram or join our Facebook group and ask the community. Tip number 4, you guys, please set up automatic payments. It doesn't even have to be your full statement balance, but please set up automatic payments and do not have a missed payment. This is something that can actually drastically affect your credit score. If you guys miss your payment, not only will you actually get a late payment fee, but this can be a mark on your account. So set up automatic payments as soon as you get the card. I always knock it out right away just because I don't want to have to think about it. It's so easy. It takes a couple minutes. I always set up automatic payments for my entire statement balance. If you guys are looking to carry over a balance, which I don't recommend you to do, but if it does happen, do it on your business line of credit and then set up automatic payments for your minimum balance. People often get confused on the statement balance and your balance due and your current balance and then the minimum payment. I know it can sound a little confusing, but here's what you guys need to know. If you do not want to pay interest on your card, you just have to pay for the statement balance. If you guys pay for that current balance, it's always going to be more than that statement balance, but the current balance is revolved. The easiest way to break it down is like this. Brian Jung right here spends $500 on a new camera last month. That is my statement balance for that month. This month, so far, say I spent another $300. If I go on my Chase account right now, it's gonna say I have an $800 current balance and a $500 statement balance. That current balance is for right now, and it's gonna be for the statement balance that's coming for this month. I have to make sure I pay off the statement balance for last month. You don't have to keep paying your current balance, and that doesn't really make sense because that means you would have to pay off your credit card every single day if you use that credit card because that current balance is revolving. Hope that made it clear for anyone who didn't really understand that too. Just set it up for statement balance. Okay, there's 3 options: statement, minimum, and current. Statement balance, you're good. If you're gonna carry over debt, just do minimum balance and make sure you guys look into business credit cards. Tip number 5, you guys, is gonna be the Chase 524 rule. This is a rule you guys are gonna hear continuously throughout the credit card community. This is an infamous rule that Chase has, and basically what the rule is you can't have 5 cards within 24 months if you guys wanna get into the Chase game. So say I apply for the Discover card, the Capital One card, the American Express card, and then I have 2 more like Southwest cards, and I'm at 5 cards. If I applied for those 5 cards within 24 months, that automatically denies me 4 Chase cards. Now there are exceptions to this, and I will make videos on how you guys can bypass the 524 rule, but for now, just keep that in mind. Don't go crazy and open like 5 Macy cards and like go to the mall and just open all these cards. You need to be strategic about this, and the reason why the 524 rule with Chase is so potent and everyone talks about it, the reason is Chase offers very high welcome bonuses, but their points are super flexible. What that means is you can use 1 ultimate reward point from Chase and you could apply that to almost anything and still get a good redemption. If you guys try doing that with other credit card issuers, you're gonna find yourself struggling a little bit to get a good redemption. Chase cards, in my opinion, are very superior in terms of what you do and what you're traveling. It's very subjective. I know some people who love American Express. I know people who love Chase. It's a fine line, you guys. There's no right or wrong answer. Personally, for me though, if I were to have $1 million million points on one account, I'd rather put it on my Chase account just because I do more domestic travel. I know the Ultimate Rewards portal goes a long way, and with American Express, you do have to work a little bit harder. So don't forget about the Chase 524 rule. The best way to go about this is you want to find cards that do not affect that rule. Some cards do not affect the Chase 524 rule. Business cards don't affect it, and charge cards don't affect it. And then there are other cards that sometimes don't do it. The World of Hyatt credit card is one of the cards that I'm really craving for, and that actually did not affect the 524 rule in the past. What that means is it would add to the 524 rule, but if you were over 524, you could still get accepted for that card. A lot of these loopholes have been patched up, but every now and then they do open up. So if you guys are looking to learn more about it, make sure you guys, number one, follow me on Instagram. I do post a lot of tips, tricks, and deals that I don't feel like putting out on the YouTube channel if it's not long enough to make a video on there. I put it on my Instagram. Now, although the 524 rule makes it sound very limiting, if you guys maximize your charge cards and your business cards, you could essentially get 15 credit cards in a year, hypothetically, and still not get affected by the 524 rule. Now, if I'm someone who's in this for the long game, I would focus on getting those Chase cards first, just so I'm under that 524 rule, and once I'm above it, I'll go for something else. So the way I actually set everything up, you guys, was I got one starter card, and then after that I got into the starter Chase cards, and then after that I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, which I'm planning to downgrade and then get the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So once I do that, I have the American Express Gold card. I started building all my business cards, and that's how I've close to 1 million points. I went ahead and started from the bottom within 1 year, and you guys can do this within 1 year too. Start with the basic starter card. I recommend the Discover card. Just start with something. You don't have to put a lot of spend on it. Don't get intimidated by credit cards. This will just build your relationship. Start with that first starter card and then get into the Chase game as soon as possible. Once you have that, you can work your rank up. So this is how I tell my friends, you can't just go from someone who's never played basketball in his life to going into the NBA. I would say the top tier cards with Chase is going to be the Chase Sapphire Reserve and then the Chase Ink business cards. It's all the way up here. You can't just go from someone playing at your playground straight into the NFL. You need to work up your ranks. The way I did that was I started with the starter card. I went into the beginner Chase card, which was the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. After that, I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. I plan on downgrading it, then moving back up to the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, and then I got all my Chase Ink cards, and then after that you guys can get into any other cards you want, American Express, co-branded cards, World of Hyatt, Hilton, Marriott. You can decide what you want to do from there. Just from that route that I mentioned, you can easily make 6 figures of points and have enough points to travel the world for quite a little bit, just depending on what your travel habits are. So that's what I recommend, you guys. That was 5 quick tips right there that you guys need to know if you're about to get into credit cards. If this video helped you guys out, like I said, drop a like. If you guys are interested at all in any of the credit cards I mentioned, make sure you guys check out the links in the description. That really supports the channel, and I do get a small commission when you guys use it. If you guys have any other video requests, make sure you guys let your boy know. But I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace. Okay. Okay guys, I am trying to make a video right now on 5 to 10 awesome tips that you guys need to know if you're first getting into credit cards. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, this is your boy Brian. This is your boy Brian Jung, and I am laying down in my humble domain, aka the bed. I got a pretty good amount of points out here. No, I got a pretty good amount of bullet points right here that I'm going to share with you guys. So if you're watching this video and you don't know too much about credit cards, this video will help you guys out a ton. Okay. When you first get a credit card, turn on automatic. Okay.